In the heart of an ancient forest, there was a legend no one dared to test. The villagers spoke of whispers, soft, chilling voices that floated through the trees at night, calling anyone foolish enough to listen. They called it the Whispering Forest. Mia, a skeptical journalist, decided to investigate the truth behind the legend. She arrived at the village on a moonless night, armed with nothing but a flashlight, a notebook, and her resolve. The villagers begged her not to enter the forest, but she dismissed their warnings as mere superstition. As she stepped into the woods, an eerie silence greeted her. The air was thick, and the trees seemed unnaturally close, their twisted branches clawing at the sky. Mia walked deeper, her flashlight cutting through the oppressive darkness. An hour in, the whispers began. At first they were faint, indistinct murmurs. She paused, straining her ears to catch the words, but they were too soft. "It's just the wind," she told herself, though her pulse quickened. The whispers grew louder. They were no longer random. They were calling her name. Mia, Mia. Her heart pounded as she spun around, the flashlight trembling in her hand. There was no one there, only the dense, unyielding forest. The whispers continued, closer now, circling her like a predator stalking its prey. "Who's there?" she shouted, her voice cracking. In response, the whispers turned into mocking laughter. Shadows danced at the edge of her flashlight's beam, too fast and fleeting to make out. Then she saw them, figures emerging from the trees. Their faces were pale, their eyes hollow, their mouths stretched into grotesque smiles. Mia stumbled backward, tripping over a root and falling hard to the ground. The figures advanced, their feet not touching the ground, their whispers growing deafening. They were saying something now, clearer than before. "Stay with us. Forever." She screamed, scrambling to her feet and running blindly through the forest. The laughter followed her, echoing in her ears. She tripped again, but didn't fall. A hand grabbed her wrist. She looked up, expecting to see one of the villagers, but it was one of them. Its touch was ice cold, and its smile widened unnaturally as it pulled her closer. "No!" she shrieked, struggling with all her strength. The next morning, the villagers found Mia's flashlight and notebook at the edge of the forest. There was no sign of her, only faint whispers that seemed to linger in the air. From that day on, the whispers grew louder, and the forest gained a new voice. A voice that called for help, begging anyone to enter. "Mia, help me,"